have been there since the beginning, I guess. It haven't like left us along the series so far, and then we are at match 2 now.
Wow.
Imperial team, they get that Guinevere. Why are you laughing, Naisu?
You didn't see the message?
What?
Your debut. About their debut? They held it up there, but go on. I'm sorry.
It's like show your reverse sweep.
Yeah, show your reverse sweep.
Support from for the internet.
Your debut is pretty good. That's what they're saying.
Well, hopefully they can really deliver on the hopes of the fans right there. They let go of the Guinevere Terizla, so 2 very good initiation tools, and they have a 1-1. They can really follow it up. Earlier, I believe the Imperial banned away the Irithel because it's still a good matchup against the 1-1. Technically, you can never really pop the weakness point in the back. But no, the KBG, they're going for the carry again. Now with the Baxter Angela, though, there could be a lot more space given to this carry by the ganks, by the roams being done. And relatively for Imperial Esports, it's not bad, but it's just not as fast as the Baxter. So we'll see if this really plays out.
Well, I think that having that Guinevere is a force of nature. So Imperial team at their first phase of drafting, I think that I'm leaning so much toward them. In terms of classical drafts, because these are the picks that we see mostly on a winning team.
I think you need to follow up with Grin, especially if it's a jungle tank Grin. Because if you see how it's played, it's always engagements, and sometimes it's about the lockdown. It's about the Violet Requiem is holding someone in the spot for, let's say, a Beatrix double ulti combo, a Venus Rage or a Nibiru's Passion, or maybe even a Lilia. A lot of burst damage usually is paired up with the Guinevere, so they're gonna require something a bit more. But without the Lilia available right now, I do wonder what's gonna yeah, it's banned away. So I think KBG will have to find a different solution right here if they want to try and match the damage potential.
Well, they still won with the carry, right? But this time, yeah, they have these the Angela and the Boxer combination to work with. And interesting, right? The way that the coach from Imperial, El Viejo Max, by the way, sounds very familiar. But how do they want to round out the first 3 picks they have? 1-1 Terizla Guinevere is a great start. This is something we've seen many times now. 1-1's kind of interchangeable, but the fact that you have to deal with a lot of the CC potential just between the Terizla and Guinevere alone is something that KBG has to answer, you know, right here. How do they round this draft out?
For me, KBG team so far, or like, let's go for Imperial. Imperial can take that Valentina. They can get the best use out of this Angela's ultimate, which is, I think, the only point of strength so far for Team KBG, at least for me. Maybe you can disagree with me, Arashi, but I think that Angela is what KBG is building the draft around.
Well, before that though, here's a fun fact and an explanation. The Latam Mountain Shocker during the MLBB Latam Super League South Season 3, Aurora recorded 100% 7-game win rate with Yi Sun-shin. That's why they got that respect in. It's not something we see a lot, but if you can make it work, it works. And for now, for KBG, what can they make work? Because there's no solution for the 1-1. I thought actually that they're gonna play it like a kite back style. But with the Yuzong, they're just committing for a full-on dive. But Imperio doesn't care. They go for the Novaria, giving them another target to really jump on.
Actually, KBG at this moment, what is missing now? Maybe a mage, maybe they can make Angela play as the mage, but I would actually recommend a mage because so far, Team KBG is doing really good in terms of drafting. So, and also Imperial on the other side, they have a variety of good selections. If you are talking about the magical damage, the physical damage, the crowd control, and even like 1-1, she's already also a force of nature. So far, Minotaur, who else? A suppression hero maybe?
Well, it's an Edith, so it's a great choice technically against the Terizla. There's a lot of damage built in there with the passive, with the true damage. And there's a second life here. If you're gonna focus down on Edith, you gotta make sure you seal the deal, because otherwise the Primal Wrath will allow her to actually do a lot more damage back towards you. I thought that Minotaur would be in the consideration because of how divey, right? How close 1-1 needs to be. I thought crowd control can protect the carry as well, but turns out it's gonna be that Edith. used as their main, their main tool right here for defensive purposes.
And as I told you, they might change the Angela and they might change her duties because she can do anything except cooking. She is now in the mid lane except for being at the roamer duty, or like on duty to do some roaming skills stuff. So right now, holding the strings for this game, the wild card at his second match is witnessing Team KBG going up against Imperio team, and so far this might go to a reverse sweep according to some of the fans, and according to the confidence, Team Imperio have this in the bag.
All right, we'll have to see how both teams can really execute their game plan as much as possible. You're seeing Tides being aggressive right here, but a level 1 Edith isn't that strong against the Cho, particularly. Earthshatter does not land, forcing the flicker away. Imperio Esports already delivering on the early game aggression.
Based on the draft, I would actually, this is one of the points I've missed before we enter the game. Based on the draft, I think that KBG will, was that a steal? No, not a steal. So unfortunately, I wanted it to be a steal, to be honest, because I always love that shot.
Okay, Simba's gonna jump in, but again, it is a Guinevere. Aurora will get out just fine. But with that, Simba might actually want to go ahead and contest some of the jungle, and that looks like what KBG wants to do. Meanwhile, hopefully they're not overstepping this. There's the toss-up with the onward. Flicker from Marquino. They're still looking for the kill. First blood, though, from Veshin. LMU can't get the kill on Marquino, and now Steffi's still there. Simba's gonna fall. Can he get away? He's got some fancy footwork, and that was tough to see for KBG.
That was way too early for Keep Best Gaming to go in, man. They do have the Yuzong advantage, but the Terizla in the middle of a big fight can output an insane amount of damage as well. They were just a bit too eager. I feel like they really should not have gone all in there.
You know why? There's something called, and I learned this from a good friend of mine, it's called the BOS.
The BOS.
The Body of Smith.
Body of Smith.
Shout out to Leo. All right, back to the game.
You're going to explain what that means?
Yeah, you're gonna
the Body
just
of
leave
Smith,
it.
it's his passive. Sorry, it's Terizla's passive. I thought you guys were hanging with me.
Got you. Well, yes, the damage reduction on the Terizla, the lower your HP gets, that is what that can be abused by Imperio Esport. And now with them being behind the turtle, might be taken by Imperio.
You're gonna have to go for it. Tides trying to set something up here. Turtle still gonna be worked on. There it is. Simba gets the kill, but it's Aurora to get the turtle. Tide's gonna fall, and now the attention on Steffe. Can't get away. Double kill for Simba as 3 fall for Imperio.
They tie everything, and now KBG are 3-3 in terms of kills, and they are back in terms of the gold. But there's something that you actually said, Arashi, earlier. I think that based on KBG's draft, they should play an aggressive early game.
An aggressive early game, but not before level 4. They need this hard guard backshot combo to really abuse, but now look at this, engage.
Okay, still gonna be going for it. Tides gonna have to get out of there if he can. Primal Wrath gonna come through, still gonna be able to survive. And now what a timing from CEO, able to get the kill. Imperio down a member.
Man, out of nowhere, the Dragon arrives. 2-1 in the early game. That is what you want on the Yuzong. Along with that, Simba, 2-1-2, doing a lot better than earlier. And this is what they need to do. They have to try and keep engaging, be aggressive, and maybe even use the Edith to bait again. But look at this counter.
Okay, can they actually get this? Penalty zone going to be used, but the hard guard is there. So you're going to be just fine. And now, do they still want to go for it? Godyang, the focus in the top side, should be just fine. And that's the focus right now. Imperio looking for anything.
We haven't seen Guinevere doing her magics just yet. We haven't seen that. She's a force of nature, as I told you in the draft. So where is Guinevere so far? Yeah, they did take a turtle, and they won some fights where Guinevere participated in 3 out of 3. I know that maybe this will be your answer, Rashi, but Aurora so far haven't showed me why. What is the reason why Guinevere is gonna be the most banned hero?
I think the main idea for Guinevere in the jungle is good ganks, a healthy clear, and a good way to secure the turtle. Because on the hang on, Aurora.
Aurora gonna be in trouble once again. Does get out for now, but will not be able to come and contest this turtle. You're gonna be forced back as well. KBG gonna assert dominance for this turtle. Marquino won't be able to do anything, and Simba secures it. The focus of KBG wants some bodies. Hard guard going to be used. Marquino going to be the focus. Will he be able to get away? Under the turret he goes. A defensive penalty zone. Will survive for now. Still going to be Owen. There's the clapback. Simba falls.
Wow, I mean, they were trying to be a little aggressive, but at different times, man, I feel like right there, if Siyi is going to come in with the Angela, go all in. The fact that he took a bit of a detour there kind of messed up the tempo a bit for his team. And that is something they have to avoid, man. But back to the point on the Guinevere, when you're using the Violet Requiem, you're actually immune to crowd control, I believe. So that means that you can secure the Retribution battle very, very reliably, unless Simba can do something about that.
Seeing that conceal being used by Team KBG, I thought they're actually going to use it to go into a team fight. But you actually raised a really good point when you said it took a little bit more time than it should just to follow up on that team fight around the top lane side. But you might see it continue here.
They're going to go for Steppy here. Hard guard going to be used as well. He falls. So right now, KBG focusing on the top side. They still want to push for the turret here. They already got the kill. They're trying to cut them off. Feshin trying to keep them at bay here. Trying to keep Yer protected. He should be able to get away. Going to go ahead and try to rely on keeping them at bay, but the turtle will fall here. Keep Best Gaming gets the first turret they needed of the game.
They have asked to take the first turret in top lane, and that's what they got. If Yer was staying there for a bit longer, I think it's gonna be. I don't know if I'm using that word in Arabic, a sandwich. Do you guys?
A sandwich?
Yeah, he was like in the middle of four people.
Spatial migration going to find the target. Godyag in trouble. Will be able to survive though. Good that he does, because that could have been deadly. Turtle now spawning here. Both teams want to contest for it.
The two ultimates down, technically from both these teams, 3 actually from the side of Keep Best Gaming. That's a good point, Yasu, the sandwich, right? The pinch maneuver that Keep Best Gaming can do if Imperio are not careful. If you look at the compositions, actually they're fighting the top
what
side.
Is that?
Oh, this could be troublesome. Marquino gonna fall. Turtle secured by Simba. KBG looking to punish where they can here. And right now, just trying to hold down the top lane.
They are going to hold down to that top lane, but I think they are just buying some time until the Lord is up. But until the Lord is up, KBG are now a little bit, let's say, in control. They are ahead in gold, and they are ahead in terms of, like, they are so much different than last game.
Okay, KBG trying to get here to help Simba out. They're going to find the kick from Stefe. Can they get the kill right now? Trying to find the shot. Tides goes in with the conceal. Looks for the onward. Gets the flip, and Yer will go down. KBG fighting for it.
A 1-for-0 for Keep Best Gaming. There's way too much damage, dude. Whoever doesn't get jumped on, they have to deal with getting hit by the other guy. If they go on Godyang, Tides can do a lot of damage to the Primal Wrath, and vice versa. On top of that, Simba and Siyu as well. The issue right here is that there's a lot of utility that's on short cooldown for Keep Best Gaming. So Imperio Esports, their damage, their burst, their crowd control, everything are very long cooldowns, right? The penalty zone, the Astral Sphere as well. So they can't really go for a prolonged team fight. They are the ones that have to go for a decisive all-in that just pays off a bit too late in these big fights.
Yeah, but how much did KBG change when they went to that break? I think that this KBG is not the same KBG at the first game. They know now what they are doing, and they are executing it really beautifully.
What was that? He's gonna have a misstep. Wasn't able to find the connection he was looking for, and now KBG looking to possibly punish. They're going to force Aurora back. Tides not going to find it either. Penalty zone, but he flickers out. Good response there. Steffi in trouble. Godyang is on the board again. Gets the kill here, all before the Lord comes up.
See, with the Petrify, they're making the plays happen. Won't have it for the next team fight, but hey, it doesn't even matter. KBG just keep going in.
Marquino going to keep them at bay. They still hold on to the turret for now, but now that the Lord's up, you can already see as well. Aurora stand there. Tide's going to go ahead and use the Primal Wrath. They get the turret. That's what they wanted. Can they get the Lord here?
I think that's a really hard question, because everyone is alive from the side of Team Imperio. They can contest for that Lord, and the 3K goal difference isn't that scary for Team Imperio, especially because we are not like in early stages. We're not around the mid game. So Imperial team, they do have the opportunity, but they just need to have that perfect execution.
That's the big problem right here for both teams, right? KBG Gaming can really stay on the Lord, and there's no real way of them to actually catch someone reliably. Maybe an onward from Tides. For Imperial, they have the bigger team fight utility, but if they miss it, it's going to be a lot more punishing for them.
Yeah, I think that Sho needs to take someone out of Team KBG before anything started. We need, or like Team Imperial needs an outplay to start that team fight. Would you agree, Naisu?
Yeah, one of the only things that, I mean, could turn this fight around for Imperial's favor is if Ur is able to get the airtime he needs with the crossbow of Tang, right? For the most part, he hasn't been able to shine just yet, and it's been Godyang's turn this time, this game, to shine here. But as the game goes longer, it might get a little bit harder for Imperial to find those setups they're looking for unless KBG, we've seen both teams actually have some missteps.
Conceal.
So it's going to come down to that. Again, Conceal. Steffi going to be the target. They're going to be forcing him back. Look at that. Festian now forced back as well. Heart Guard already used on Godyang, and that's the call they wanted. They want to go for the Lord now. A response with Conceal. There's the penalty zone. He's going to find multiple members. There's the knockup as well. Still going for it. You're trying to get the crossbow Tang off. Can he get it? He's stuck on the wall. Can't go. Aurora going to be in trouble now. Tides gets the kill he was looking for, and that's the Lord as well for Simba. And forcing Ur back. Godyang gets another kill. Imperio is in shambles.
KBG have just said, we are here, and they have just put their first footstep, and they might just take it right now.
3 members down. 5 seconds till Marquinhos is even on the board. They're going for more. They can try and pick up Ur or Fashion if they're not too careful here.
Oh, wait, what is that?
Oh, Ur, he does get crossbow Tang off, but it's all on Tides. Tides going to be just fine. And they back off. They call it off. Lord still making its way on the top side.
Wow, they went for an aggressive play right there, even though the Lord was coming. I feel like they could have really played that a bit better, managed the waves maybe back a bit. But with the Lord taken out, it won't be relevant to the base take. But the empowered waves in the bottom side in particular is something that KBG Gaming can still use. We've seen again now that you can give the carry, if you can give the carry the space, if you can give Godyang the space to maneuver and do damage, he goes in, man. He is aggressive in this game, knowing that everyone else is buying him space, is healing him, peeling all the opponents away from him. Now it's in Imperio's... the question is Imperio, what can they do to really shut down the carry? 3-0 and 2 with a Purify as well.
Well, as you said, they fully commit to it. So KBG so far have been showing off. I don't know if this game went to a game 3, how better can KBG get? In terms of like one break made them look like monsters. So Imperial team right now, they need to catch up that momentum. They need to catch up with Team KBG, but I think it's really hard.
Oh, Steffe. Not sure if you want to commit to that, but he gets the Dragon form out. So that is there. Still has the immortality though. And before the next big objective, he should be fine.
But he showed up that skin.
He did.
He did.
Looks good.
But he also used the Petrify, by the way, so the backline of Imperio are not going to be as vulnerable. But now, look at Steffe trying to make something happen here, threatening with the Jeet Kune Dos. And one of these times, man, that Jeet Kune Do is going to be followed up with a flicker, and you won't be ready for it. For KBG Gaming, though, the fact that their frontliners have Athena shields means that Fashian's damage on this Navaria is so limited.
Oh, they're actually just going to fight it out here. A good spatial migration with the Requiem. Penalty zone to follow. Who's going to go down first? Tide's going to be in trouble. Heart Guard there. Primal Wrath comes through, but it's not enough. Now LMU all left alone. The rest of the team cut off, and they have to retreat. But Imperial wants to continue to punish. They're going to chase down CU. He has a Dragon form available, and that's the disengage from KBG.
He did get out of there. He did execute it perfectly. Team Imperial just needed 1 footstep into like behind the red line that they have June so far. Team Imperial have used the best out of it.
No Black Dragon form, no Petrify. They took that moment to get in aggressively, and now without Lumu available, he can join with the hard guard, but he might not get a chance to penalty zone.
Oh.
Still going to go into Marquino. Going to take the brunt of the damage. Aurora gets the Lord, but can they get out of the fight here? Aurora going to jump in with the spatial migration. Hard guard there as well. Yours in trouble. Godyang gets a kill. Now they're chasing Aurora. He tries with a violent requiem, but it's not enough as it's a double for Godyang.
It's a constant back and forth right now, and Godyang, I feel like it's a bit dangerous, man. The game is really on his shoulders, and if he's able to just go in and be aggressive, have the space, then he can carry the game. But otherwise, you saw that in the previous fight, he was going a bit slower there. So I think everything needs to be available for Keep Best Gaming if they want to try and win this out.
But can they take an inhibitor turret even though they lost the... Oh, they already answered me. They did take an inhibitor turret even after losing the Lord. That's why I'm sometimes saying, because this will be my first time saying it in English, sometimes the team fight around the Lord is much more important than the Lord itself.
Definitely, man. It's not only about the Lord, it's about the death timers too. At 15 minutes, we're getting into the late game where any mistake can be quite fatal. So for both teams, there's a risk involved, but considering that you have a carry on the side of Keep Best Gaming, I feel like their late game prowess is pretty good if they can avoid letting Godyang get hit by a lot of damage. Fashion there is flickering out, knowing that he is one of the most vulnerable members or players in the game right here. If you take a look at the item though, the Angela does go for full utility with the Flask of the Oasis and the Necklace of Durance with the fleeting time as well, going for that snowball style. For Godyang, already with the Wind of Nature, he can even go for a duel against the 1v1, and he would most likely come out on top right here. So it's gonna take a full team effort for them to come out on top, but at this point, most of the items of Keep Best Gaming is completed, so...
Aurora gonna jump in, spatial migration. It's Simba though, he's quite tanky. Rest of the team gonna respond right there. Marquino gonna be in trouble, he's knocked up.
Carry.
It's too much damage from Godyang as Marquino falls. And they find one, KBG. What else can they find here on the map?
So far, the carry is untouchable, unreachable, and that indicates that Team KBG team are like their formation, their macro has tremendously advanced.
I feel for Imperio, they just have to go for non-team fights, right? Pickups maybe, but it got cancelled.
Aurora gonna jump in again. Will be fine, also has the immortality available, trying to keep it together. Requiem gonna come out, still gonna want to fight. Hard guard Simba, Yor gets the crossbow tang off, looking for more. He finds Tides, and they get a member down from KBG all again before the Lord comes up.
They have depended so much on that carry, and I just might think that he is up to that responsibility.
Man, now with the Lord up though, with Tides just gone for another 20 seconds, this is Imperio Esports' big chance, and they have the tools available. They have a Cho, they have a Terizla who has the Flicker penalty zone combo available. So KBG, they gotta be very, very careful here in how they want to approach this.
Yeah, they want to go in and they want to take that Lord, at least contest it.
They're gonna go for it once again. The jump into you. They have the penalty zone as well. They forget the Lord for now. They're trying to find a kill. Steffi on the run. Godyang there. Unleashing the damage. Lord gonna go ahead and reset now. Imperio hesitating if they should continue on. Steffi quite low. They have to let KBG start up the Lord here as they do. Simba respects the damage from Yor. Can they secure it? Tides not going to find the mark. Aurora, though, going to jump in, find two, still going for it. Takes quite a bit of damage with the crossbow tag, with the penalty zone. It's Yor, he's massive, finds a huge shutdown, and that is a complete devastation of KBG. The wipeout for Imperio as they run it down mid. And this could be the end of the game. The timers are too long. Imperio clears the base, clears the minions, and their eyes are set on a sweep against KBG in our second match of the day.
They clear the way, they clear the minions, and they sweep this off.
The first sweep of the M5 Wildcard Series. Imperio Esports with a very, very impressive comeback. We thought the late game was a done deal for KBG, but Imperio says no.
Yeah, they have said it like right loud, and they have shown so much confidence before even the game starts, and we have seen their faces even before anything starts. It is ours. We're gonna make the first sweep, and we are gonna take it back home. So KBG,